Well, good evening. Ethan back for another beer review. And I am doing a beer I've never had before and I've wanted to try. I've had others under its name with less ABV. I've had the other beers in the 4-pack, and this is the last one I wanted to save for a review. But before I drank the other in the 4-pack, I'd never had this beer before. And it is the Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, 7.5%. I've had the Guinness Draft, spelled drought, the English version of draft, 4.2%. Really like it. A lighter bodied stout. Some consider it a porter. And I've had the Guinness Extra Stout, 5.6%. Very good. Very good. I will reserve my comments for this until I've tried it on camera. Guinness Brewing Company was established 1759. This was introduced in 1801. 7.5 alcohol by volume stout, an 11.2 ounce bottle, typical European bottle size. We usually in the US have 12, 24, etc. And Europe, they usually give us 11.2, Stella 11.2, Guinness Draft 11.2, typical European ounce size. I prefer the 12-ounce bottle, but hey, what can you do? And brewed in St. James Gate, Dublin. The bottle says, Foreign Extra Stout is brewed with generous hops and roasted barley for a full flavored taste of dark chocolate, dried fruits, and caramel, originally developed for global export from Ireland. And the addition of extra hops ensured the stout would always arrive in perfect condition. So they gave it more hops and higher alcohol content to preserve it as it was being shipped, exported to other countries from Ireland. Because usually the more ABV a beer has, the longer you can cellar it, and it doesn't go as bad quickly. Let's go ahead and get into this. I'm excited. Well, didn't get it that time. There we go. Pour it in the mug. Always feel a mug is more appropriate for a stout than like a Pilsner glass, you know. All right, nice aggressive pour. And we're getting a massive light brown khaki colored head. It's like a 7-finger head, bigger than my whole fist. Massive head, foamy, creamy. On the aroma, I'm getting roasted barley malt, a toasty note, like toast, extra toasted in the oven, toasted a little longer, that burnt toast kind of aroma, but not quite to the burnt, not quite to a burnt category. They do it just right, just before it gets to that burnt note. Let me get a little water. I mean, that is a massive head, and it's not going anywhere quick. Khaki colored Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, dark brown, almost black. You see a little bit through it, a little bit of red note when the light touches it. Here's the box right here. I'm going to read this on here. Foreign Extra Stout, rich and full body, the stout that has traveled the world, rich with flavor, aroma, robust and roasted with intense notes of dark chocolate, caramel, and dried fruit. And the flavor, it says full body with coffee notes balanced with a subtle sweetness. Well, I will see if what I taste and smell matches up with that. Again, I've already described the aroma a little bit. Toasted barley malt, not burned, not that unpleasant aroma you get when you burn toast, but when the toast is extra crispy. Getting a little caramel, a little bit of chocolate, maybe a slight hint of coffee. But I will note one thing I do like about the Guinness products is they don't have a overly sweet flavor. Some stouts that I've tried in the past are a little too sweet for me. I don't like my stouts sweet. I like them malty, and oh so malty. And Guinness is always just right in the sweet versus the malt balance. And so I'm not getting that brownie, chocolatey aroma that I would get on like the peanut butter cup porter, which to me was sickeningly sweet, cloyingly sweet. I didn't like it. Much prefer something like this. I don't like sweet stouts. I like malty stouts. And all Guinness products are very malty. Go ahead and try to get the rest in there. Again, that head is just not going anywhere quickly. It's taking its sweet time dissipating. Very, very good looking beer. I mean, very, very good head to color contrast, the light and the dark. I'll get a sip in a minute. This gets a 91, I think outstanding or excellent on Beer Advocate. That's high for Beer Advocate. Most sites rate it highly. Rate Beer rates it highly. Untapped rates it highly. Most websites like Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. And most reviews that I've watched of this, Greg's Beer Reviews, another excellent channel. Him and Ron Terrio are like the top tier veteran beer reviewers of YouTube. I watched him and Ron Terrio's reviews, and they both really, really like it. Again, I've had the other 3 in the 4-pack, but I'll reserve my comments for after I taste it on camera. As you first sip it, you get a very creamy, brown bread, malty, little bit of caramel, but not overly sweet. Again, just right, but not burned either. As you sip it, the little aftertaste is a little bit of bitterness. So the IBUs are there. You definitely taste some hot bitterness, some toasted barley on the backside of the tongue as you sip it. But the first sip is very smooth and creamy. I mean, for 7.5%, alcohol is masked exceptionally well. And it's so smooth and creamy as it hits the tongue. Very typical of a Guinness product. Wow, that is a good beer. It is bursting with flavor. It has a great balance, a great marriage of hot bitterness, malt, and sweet. Not too much sweet, not too much bitterness, just right. And so many stouts, so many beers don't get that right. This is right in that sweet spot of where a stout should be. Definitely sing the praises of this product. It's excellent. Excellent. Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. And honestly, go ahead and say this on camera. I don't notice, it's been a couple weeks since I've had the Extra Stout, but I don't honestly notice a whole lot of difference between this one and the Extra Stout, 5.6%. I guess I'd have to do a side-by-side taste comparison, but really, the ABV, you don't taste an alcohol bitterness. So maybe a little more bitter, maybe not much though, but really it's a kind of similar taste from what I recall to the Extra Stout. I guess I'd have to do a side by side to really see if there's a big difference, but honestly, I'm not getting a whole lot of difference. Very drinkable, very smooth. I mean, if all stouts were like this, I'd get stouts every day. And this was $8.99 for the 4-pack. $8.99 for a 4-pack. Any other beer that might be a little pricey, but for the quality that you're getting with Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, no problem putting down that for a 4-pack. The draft 4.2% is usually $8.99 for a 6-pack. So you are paying a little more for this, but you are getting a better product. You are getting your money's worth with this, in my opinion. It's so creamy. Coffee, not even any caramel. I don't like it when there's too much caramel up front. A little bit of coffee, a little bit of cocoa, chocolate maybe, but mostly you're getting that good toasted barley malt and a little bit of hop. It's a great balance. Again, I've said it several times now. For a score, Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, 98. It's a great beer. Absolutely. Probably one of the better beers that I've ever had. I've had Dragon's Milk, 11%. I might have to revisit it to see what I think, but I remember not liking it. 11% is a little too high. It was hard to drink it. It was a little too much. 7.5 Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. This is what I'm looking for in a stout. This is a good sweet spot of what a stout should be. The Dragon's Milk, I wasn't digging it much. I would much rather prefer something like this. But again, I might have to try the Dragon's Milk again to see if I still don't care for it like I did the last time I tried it. But this, 98 out of 100, all day, every day for the Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. It's a legendary product. Guinness is sold in many countries all over the world. Exported product of Ireland. The number one beer of Ireland. When people think of Irish beer, they probably think of Guinness. And it's just, you can find, this is a little harder to find than the Guinness Draft and the Extra Stout. But you can find it at select liquor stores and maybe some gas stations, maybe Racetrack, Quick Trip. Some of them might sell it. But I believe I purchased this at a liquor store, Sweetwater package store. I've seen it other places, so it's not hard to find, but it's so worth it. If you see it in your area, get it, try it. Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.